In this video, I'm going to share two solid MLB picks regarding the number of regular season wins that a couple of baseball teams will get during the 2024 season. Those betting tips concern the Boston Red Sox and the Texas Rangers. I'm Professor MJ, a 15-year university statistics teacher. Welcome to my sports betting channel. I highly recommend that you stick until the end of the video because I've got a great bonus for you. After doing a lot of research, I have found 12 good value wagers with respect to team win totals. Like I said, I'll give away two of them to you in this video, and if you watch the whole video, I'll tell you how to access for free two more of those money-making picks. Alright, let's get started with pick number one. The 2024 Boston Red Sox are in for another rough year. The AL East is clearly the most competitive division in all of baseball. 4 of the 5 teams, the Yankees, the Rays, the Blue Jays, and last year's champs, the Orioles, all have a chance to win the division. Unfortunately, I believe the Red Sox are on the outside looking in. The team ended 78-84 last year as well as in 2022. So when I see the number at 79.5 wins for this year, it caught my attention right away. I just don't see how this year's club can be better than last year's. So my first pick for 2024 futures is under 79.5 wins for the Boston Red Sox. If you were lucky, you might have gotten this as high as 81.5 at some books. However, it's been bet down. While Pecota projections have them at 79 wins, my updated projections have the Red Sox at 75 wins. So really, I like this down to 77.5. With this competitive division, it's going to be very difficult for them to reach 500. And with any more bad news, they could easily fall back to as low as the 70-win territory or worse. This is easily one of the most uneventful off-seasons for the AL East club that historically tackles the free agency market. They missed out on all of the big names. The only significant addition they made was adding starting pitcher Luca Giolito, who, by the way, allowed the most home runs in the American League last year. Then, as soon as the hopes went up on Giolito acquisition, the bubble burst immediately when he went down with a season-ending injury. The lack of other activity caused team leaders Rafael Devers and Kenley Jansen to both speak out against ownership for not doing enough to make the club better. As the Yankees continue to spend and win, we can already hear Red Sox fans grumbling and gathering their pitchforks before the season even starts. If they get off to a bad start, the prop on Alex Cora being the first manager fired at plus 1,400 might be one to keep an eye on. This winter, the club also made a trade sending veteran starting pitcher Chris Sale to the Braves in exchange for young sensation infielder Vaughn Grissom. However, he also will begin the year on the DL. The rotation will also lose James Paxton's 19 starts. This for a team that was at the bottom of baseball in innings pitched by starters. While locking bright spot Brian Bello to a 6-year deal, the 24-year-old really fizzled down the stretch last year, losing 4 of his last 6 starts with a 7.04 ERA and a 1.56 WHIP stat. After Bello, there's not much to be excited about with Pivetta, Crawford, Hawk, and most likely Whitley rounding out the staff. They would really need to overperform to give the Red Sox a legitimate chance to compete. And with a defense that surrendered the second most errors in baseball, they will really have to step up. The bullpen is arguably the team's best unit, despite ranking 20th last year in ERA. They returned Josh Winkowski, Chris Martin, and All-Star Kenley Jansen. They added veteran Liam Hendriks, who spent most of 2003 on the DL and will spend some of the 2024 there as well. but he was quite effective the 4 years prior. If the starting pitcher remains one of the worst in getting deep into ball games, what good is a great bullpen? The offense is going to miss the veteran presence of World Series champion Justin Turner and his 96 RBIs, as well as the 20-plus home runs from role player Adam Duvall, and the 600-plus plate appearances from Alex Verdugo. Tristan Casas might continue to grow into a solid player. He and Yoshida will have to make strides in their second full year with the club for the lineup to be a concern for the rest of the league. They will also have to hope 140 million man Trevor Story can improve on his disastrous 2023 campaign. He has had 60 more strikeouts than hits as a Red Sox, whiffing nearly 33% of the time. With part-time Tyler O'Neill expected to fill in the 4-hole and a pedestrian bottom of the order, teams will most likely just ensure Devers doesn't beat them. The Red Sox organization has a top 5 rated prospect system, and their spring training has been fun to watch, with some young studs getting a chance. I would suspect, unless they hit on all cylinders for the first 3 months, they will be sellers at the deadline and pave the way for these young, hot prospects to reach the majors and get some time and plan for an exciting 2025 and 2026 seasons. With all that said, I just think it's too much that has to go right for a team in a tough division. There are a lot of times that teams that are down and no one believes in them find a way to rally and prove the critics wrong. However, it's asking a lot for a team to have his peak at all facets of the game and hope absolutely nothing goes wrong. That's a recipe for a long year. Therefore, I am on the under 79.5 wins for the Boston Red Sox. Let's move on to my second pick when it comes to 2024 MLB team win totals. Last year, the Texas Rangers were atop the baseball world, pulling off the franchise's first World Series title in the 63rd year of their existence, 51 years in Texas. The monkey is squarely off the franchise's back and now placed on the Padres and their 54 years with no titles. The Brewers are next with 53 years of futility. Now the hard part for the Rangers is repeating the performance. While they posted a 90-72 record last year, identical to the Astros that won the division due to winning 9 of 13 head-to-heads, I think a repeat performance from the Rangers is a lot to ask. Therefore, my next pick is under 89.5 wins for the Texas Rangers. The likelihood of them getting to 90 wins again does not seem like the right choice. This year's Pecota projection has them at 86.3 wins, and my adjusted projections have them at 85. That means I like this bet as low as 87.5 wins. In the AL West, Houston is surely to perform better this year than last. Their sub-500 home record in 2023 seems unlikely to happen again, and I expect Houston wins to go up, slightly on the over 92.5 wins for them. Seattle's roster has improved as well, so even with the lousy Angels and Ace, I expect the wins for the Rangers to go down in 2024. Bruce Bochy is at the top of the list for best managers in baseball. No doubt last year he was able to pull all the right strings and have his team win when it counted most. However, the team starts the year with a couple of strikes against them. Let's start with the pitching staff. Pitchers Max Scherzer, Jacob deGrom, and Tyler Mahle are all expected to be out at least half the season. Ouch! As long as Jordan Montgomery remains unsigned, it leaves Nathan Eovaldi and career 500 pitcher John Gray to carry the load until the cavalry comes. The April schedule doesn't do the Rangers any favors either, with 7 games against the Astros and 3 games each against the Mariners, the Braves, the Cubs, and the Rays. Ouch! After the starters leaves their bullpen. Last year they ranked 24th in bullpen ERA and had more blown saves, 33, than actual saves, 30. They added a few pieces with Kirby Yates and David Robertson. However, that's arguably a downgrade from losing Aroldis Chapman and Will Smith. So if the starters don't eat up innings, an already average to below average bullpen will get taxed early. And more bad news. The powerful offense is starting the season battling injuries. Shortstop Corey Seager's sports hernia is still healing, so he's an early question mark. Third baseman Josh Young is struggling with a calf injury. First baseman Nathaniel Lowe is out with an oblique injury. The lineup lost DH Mitch Garver to rival Seattle no less, which opens the door for blue chipper Wyatt Langford to start with the big club at the beginning of the year. So they'll probably be putting him in front of masher Adolis Garcia in the lineup and hoping he adjusts to the big leagues. Note hoping. Early indications in spring are that Langford is trending up. Regardless, that's a pretty big egg to put in a rookie's basket. So coming out of the gate, those bad pieces of information set Texas up for a potential bad to even terrible start. If you're a believer in Texas, you might want to wait until a month or so goes by, and you should be able to get better odds on Texas winning the AL, which right now is around plus 650. If the Rangers pitching gets healthy, then they will again be prepared for the short series the playoffs allow, going Scherzer, DeGrom, Eovaldi, a formidable 1-2-3 in the rotation. But they have to get to the playoffs first. I think that's a tall task. With the loaded AL East and contending with Houston and Seattle in their own division, returning to the playoffs seems very difficult. Might be worth a look at the prop on Texas missing the playoffs at plus 140 odds. Now that they got a one-year deal on their broadcast rights, the Rangers' checkbook might be loosened up for them to go after a free agent as we move towards the start of the season. So perhaps proceed with a little caution if they get Jordan Montgomery or Blake Snell. Regardless, I think it's a lot to ask for a team that doesn't look like the October team we saw recently to come out of the gates hot and make it to 90 wins. Therefore, I am under 89.5 wins for the 2024 Texas Rangers. Did you enjoy those baseball betting tips? If so, I have 2 more free ones for you, my friend. All you need to do is follow the link below in the video's description and in the comment section. You will be asked to enter your email address in order to receive the secret link to those 2 lucrative picks. And that will allow me to send you via email more good stuff throughout the MLB season. I'm Professor MJ, thanks for watching, and click the link below to receive my 2 free bonus picks.